hold on.
Here we go.
Very loud.
Close that door.
This is the man we need on the podcast right here. How you doing, man?
Al.
I'm good, fellas. How are y'all?
Chapman.
Good, man. Thanks for coming on. How you
I
been?
lost my tip.
Oh, it happens. It happens.
Shove that back in there, Daddy.
But yeah, like these shows have just been like so energetic, especially like coming back from COVID. Everybody's so stoked to be back.
Yeah.
And like we're really finally getting into the swing of things. And like we played a few new places and have just absolutely blown the roof off.
Yeah.
One of the biggest ones is the Fennec in Birmingham.
That place is
That
cool.
place is super cool.
This bar, you'll never believe this, Al. This bar, I asked to be booked by them, and they told me no. They were like,
Good
no,
audacity.
You're a country band, like we're
How
a country
dare
bar.
I know.
And we're like, no. Like, put me in on a Thursday. There's gonna be nobody there, and I'll play. And we played for the bar staff, and we absolutely fucking slaughtered it. And now
That's
we're
what
there
y'all do.
all the
Yeah,
fucking
for
time,
sure.
dog. We love the Fennec. It's so fun. It's a new place.
Yeah.
And they're now starting to book more diversely because they're now seeing that it works, which is cool, man. Like, 'cause I'm not gonna say that like we are this, but like we have a trend of going places where normally bands like us wouldn't do well.
Yeah.
And we end up crushing the fuck out of it. Like,
I love that.
Like, I'm on the podcast. We're better. We're better. I'm gonna say it. No, I'm gonna say it. Not to say that any of these bands aren't amazing, because they are. I've met so many just incredibly talented musicians, like who are doing. Some going way farther than I think we'll ever go.
Yeah.
And, making right moves and doing all these things. And I think that's amazing. We are better. We're better.
Josh told me one time on a live stream, he said, I think bands need to talk more shit about each other.
I do. I think they need to talk more shit about each other. And
Honestly,
like the best
I think
way.
he's onto something.
I love the competitive aspect.
Let's
but
see,
like,
Al.
But they do talk shit about each other. But then you all get around each other, and it's just like, we just love everybody.
Dude,
You know,
can't wait to
everybody,
see your
one
set,
team, one
man.
dream. But I just want to be better.
That's
Usually
the best.
it's like, fuck that guy.
It's the best because like I love Sundown. I'm so much better. You know what I mean? Like,
I do.
Granville has 4-part harmonies that will literally
That's pretty
make you
sick.
cry.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. The
So
way
tasty.
they like pull songs off, that's amazing. I'm better. Like,
Al, how many times have you seen Snap so far? I mean, at least 100, right?
Honestly, probably 15 times.
15
What's the
times,
growth
man.
been like from the first one to the 15th? You notice anything, or has it just been on all cylinders since the first one?
It's been all gas, and I
Yeah.
expect the same thing every time they come. I know we're getting.
I love that.
It's just all gas all the time.
it really is, man.
They've grown up a little bit.
We have.
Yeah, we have.
It used to be they'd come in and I have to follow them around and make sure they didn't get in any shit. But now it's just now it's just I come in, take a shot, and I can leave. They kind of take care of themselves.
Okay.
Well, everybody but Josh.
Everybody.
Whatever. It's fun just because like we've been doing this for so long, and it's cool seeing like these younger bands coming in and doing like the same things we were doing. We saw Granville at Del Sur. And
Goats.
they finished their food, and we were talking to Jake, and I was like, "What are y'all doing after this?" They're like, "Oh, we're about to go meet up with some friends and play some beer die." And I was like, "Oh, that's amazing. We are about to go nap." Like,
Been on the road.
But
road
tonight,
dogging.
while y'all are ready to nap, we're gonna raise hell.
right? I know.
Well, didn't you guys play like the first night here or something? Who played
We
the
were-
first night
we
Blue
were-
Room Open?
No, it was CBDB and the Orange Constant. I think were the first band to play. But I
We
think
were the week after that.
We
I
played
think.
the
like
week
that.
after.
That's crazy. You know that, and I should.
Yeah.
The founder.
I bet William knows that. He keeps.
You have
telling me.
no like so we're from New Orleans, right? And we were like, okay, we're playing in the Blue Room in Statesboro, Georgia. We played at Dingus McGee's one time.
That was for my
and it was
birthday.
great. We ended up playing the owner of Dingus's wedding, and it was
Nice.
so much fun. But that was really our own, and we played like a frat party where we all blacked out. And those have been kind of our only experiences with Statesboro. So coming into this bar, we walked in, the place was massive, and I was like, we were like, whoa, like there's no way.
And Al sending like constant tequila shots to the stage during the set.
The warm-up set.
That's good hospitality right
And,
there.
well, like, I don't know. We just like, started, the crowd like got there, and we were just like, holy shit, this place is the spot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like we
You
hopped
told
out
me
and we were
that.
like, all right, here it is. This is
Yeah.
also crazy. Everybody looks so famous. You know what I mean?
Well, we were booked to play here for a week before. Josh called me every day. He was like, dude, Blue Room on Saturday. It's the fucking spot. You guys are going to love it. It's so sick, man.
I'm
I was
excited.
like,
I love like, because like I have a list of bands that I want to bring here.
Yeah.
So much. But I don't know. This has been such a cool spot. Like Al and Will have been just amazing, and it's cool to be 9.5 hours away from home and still being in a spot here where they treat us like
like
we're one of their
family.
own, you know what I mean?
is Statesboro probably y'all's second biggest fan base, you think?
Yeah, I would
Think
say.
so? I'd say so, right?
I would say the Savannah Statesboro area.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, these. Like,
I would consider this whole area like
The
one
SEC.
area. No,
Oh, you
not
mean like
SEC.
that?
I mean like Statesboro, Savannah, like this kind of area of Georgia is like one like big fan base for us because
Gotcha.
like a lot of people will travel from Savannah to see us here, and sometimes we get a lot of people here that go see us in Savannah.
Well, it's and y'all feel that way. We feel the same way when everybody comes through. All of our bands are like family to us.
Right.
Yeah.
People call all the time. I have buddies, hey, I want to get so and so in there. I said, well, who do you want me to put out? Because the schedule
rotation.
is full. The people
It's
that
tight,
are on
yeah,
here,
it's a tight
unless
schedule.
a band breaks up or drinks themselves off stage, which is fine if we have a full house and they dig it. You can do that. That's fine. It's all about entertainment. But that's the big deal is just, who are you going to put out? The roster is full, so and everybody's great that we use. So anybody that comes in, someone gets pushed off a show.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
so-
That makes sense. It makes
Which
sense.
kind of makes for a very competitive environment.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the messages.
One where the better band ends up on top.
Circling back to I'm Better.
Yeah. Back on this again.
Hits were on top of the bill tonight.
People, they're going to be watching this podcast like out of context of just who we are as people because when that camera turns off, I immediately start crying. You know what I mean?
Don't look at me.
Right. I definitely hate to be perceived.
I want to be a snail.
I can't imagine how many messages Al and Will get a week from bands. How often is it? It's got to be a million bands. It's like, hey, we played 2 shows. Can we play Blue Room? No?
We do. And William gets a lot of bands that come through, but we try and help out anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Anybody that we can. We try and bring them, but yes, it's probably more so just emails
Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
Facebook things to the group. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
ton of people that call, and we'd love to have every single one of them if it was up to
Right.
us.
There's only a finite number of weeks in the year.
There's only so
Yeah,
many
that's
nights
true.
to do entertainment. It's just tough. So
Yeah.
But
How have you? What year are you guys into this now? You said 4.
started
right?
2018. So
How's the growth
4
been?
years.
What are you guys thinking about Blue Room at the moment? Like, you guys happy with the growth and where you're at and everything? Not to get too technical.
to be
but-
honest with the growth, we've just been 100 miles an hour since we
Yeah.
opened. But as far as the growth, things that we try and do is just make the place better. You can hear the construction
Yeah, love
going
that.
on in the background. That's more bathrooms for y'all. We're building a little bar. Next time y'all
love
come,
that.
we'll be ready.
No way.
Very cool. Very
Well,
cool.
it's
There'll
so
be-
cool.
there'll be a
'cause
bar sitting back
I tell
here.
the owner of Fred's about y'all all the time, because.
By the way, Frizz, if y'all are listening, he's been telling me this for 4 years that I need to get down there and say hello to y'all.
Yeah, I know. We said,
So cheers to what y'all do. Maybe
We're
one day
down
we'll make
there
it down there
soon.
and party.
dude, I pray for the day. Honest to God, November 5th, like we play the LSU Bama game.
Yeah.
like, come.
That would be a movie.
Like,
At some point, Georgia Southern's going to have to go to Louisiana. We've done it before.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And that
you're
would
gonna
be the
have to go
time.
back.
That would be the time. We'll
But
have a collabo.
I mean, I say the same thing when I'm back there. I'm like, because Mark will look at our socials and stuff and ask us about our weekends, and I'll be like, dude, we're back in Statesboro. And he's like, dude,
Blue.
you're always telling me about
Yeah.
this place, because every single time, like, it's such a good comparison. Because y'all are really, and it's so funny because we never, being from New Orleans and being very SEC driven, we never even knew that Statesboro existed, and now,
The only reason I knew it existed was because the Allman Brothers song.
and now,
Statesboro Blues.
And who was that written by?
Huh?
Dwayne?
Was that Dickie Betts?
Blind Willie McTill.
Really? I didn't know that.
From Statesboro, Georgia. Allman Brothers covered it.
I got a little wet out there. Y'all can come through. It's cool.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, what?
We're running loose ship in here.
It's Summer Jam.
Josh, correct me if I'm wrong on this.
Snitches get stitches.
I think about Blue Room, Fred's, and Sky Bar is the same like tier of bar, kind of,
Yeah,
right?
like the three-headed dragon, man. Especially
Yeah.
for us, because now that I've played here now, and we've kind of
Established
nurtured
ourselves,
like
yeah.
an environment here. I cannot imagine like what our career would have been had we not played here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been the same way for Fred. It's been the same way for Sky Bar.
Well,
It's like
it's-
these bars have these moments.
It's crazy with Fred's because like we started playing on the patio there before they
Yeah.
like started bringing out a big tent, and like over the years, not like specifically our shows, but like definitely our shows would get really wild. Like the patio would be overcrowded, and then they'd start bringing the tents out, and they'd need bigger tents. And now the tent is the entire parking lot.
It looks absolutely fucking
It's
massive.
totally nuts. And
It
they
looks
have a
huge.
massive renovation plan that's going to be going over the next like 2 years, which is going to be crazy.
What's so cool is when you can take your venue and run it outdoors, and and just
Yeah.
spill over into it. I mean, it's just real estate that you can't.
Right.
You're not paying for a building at that point. I mean,
Yeah.
that's awesome that they can pull that off,
They
and that's
keep
all
one
the time they
tent
do
up.
that.
It's amazing. It's a 7-tier tent that stretches the entire parking lot. It
Yeah.
probably fits about 3,000 to 4,000 people.
That's insane.
More.
Does
They
it
have-
stay
they like-
set up? Or do they
national-
tear it down?
They keep the stage set up. Usually,
The,
what
the
they do
weekend
is
of Bama, like they're trying to have Snoop Dogg and Shaq come in. Like
I
they've
gotta
had
check
Steve
that out.
Aoki, they've had like huge national acts. All these fraternity parties will book there because it's the place to be. They got the LED wall. Like,
Out. Remind me
It's
the
massive.
cap on outside if you guys fence it in. What's the cap when you guys do like Hardy and stuff?
So
outside?
when we do outdoor shows, we can probably do 2,300.
2,300.
But then we have the grass parking lot on the other side that takes to about 6.
our current record was the LSU Georgia game. It was LSU Florida game. We had 15,000 people through the
Damn.
front at Fred's.
That's a heat.
and that's through the door all night.
That was through the door all night. Yeah.
That goes
I think the most.
By the way,
all
kids,
way back-
when
the
you
most
get older,
people
you go
they can
blind and
fit
you need
in the
glasses.
tent is
Can
probably
you
around,
zoom
like,
in for me?
5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nuts, man.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, no, it's shit's crazy.
we're showing him some Fred's crowds.
Let me get a glimpse of that, fellas.
Hey, I'll pull it over.
Let's see.
It kind of looks just like Blue Room.
It does.
It kind of
man.
does,
Like,
stage picture.
but
it-
just higher.
Hola, chicas.
Dude, I'm gonna make this my profile pic.
right?
Pretend like I'm in there, dude. That looks crazy.
It's the best, just because like I don't know, man. Because we did it. We played in the patio when they still had the patio, and back then they had a tent set up for football season. It was just 2 spires.
Yeah.
And now they've gone up to 7, and it's cool to be able to sit there and watch that growth happen. Because like Mark, there's so many similarities between Mark and Al and some of these other owners of bars that we've met. Is that the owners of these college bars, they understand the kind of community they're fostering,
And they create
and they
such
have the
a
opportunity to really like make.
family atmosphere.
Right.
Like the whole bar staff is family, not just like
Yeah.
coworkers and stuff
Yeah.
like
Oh,
that.
we try and do things different. I mean, everybody that walks in here, whether I'm talking about security,
Right.
sound, or anybody, treat everybody that comes through that door like family. I don't care if someone's trying to get a drink and they're not the most popular kid in town. Get to them just as quick.
Yeah.
If someone gets intoxicated, tell your bouncers, take care of them. However somebody's parents would want them to be treated is how I tell my staff to treat them. If
Yeah.
somebody gets in a situation, I want their parents to come back and say, look, this was bad. I appreciate the way y'all handled this.
Definitely.
That's what we try and do.
And it's
so.
kind of felt because like
Right.
we go play a bunch of places where it's not like that.
Right.
Right,
And
Josh?
And,
Right,
and it's
what you're
super cool to be able to do this because like we don't really have a lot of like industry backing behind us, and when we go to these venues and these bars, we don't really have a team to take care of it for it. So we are communicating with the owners of these venues, like the managers of these bars, like face to face. You know, there's an interpersonal relationship that comes with that because we're doing all of this ourselves.
Gotcha.
And it kind of makes the relationship with the bar that much stronger, and it really makes the shows that much better.
It does,
because
yeah.
we're not like just on some bill at some place in some city.
Yeah.
Like we're at the fucking Blue Room.
It's like, all right, I would love to play here forever.
Like we're
kind
at,
of,
or
you
like
know,
we're
right?
at Fred's in Tigerland. Like we are in our the best terms like home.
Yeah,
you know,
for
and
sure.
in the place where we feel most comfortable performing. You know,
Gotcha. Yeah.
and we feel so comfortable because we know the people in charge. We know that like from the ground up, like these are such like great places to be.
Yeah.
You know.
And it just makes you like, there's just everything about the venue having great hospitality and people makes you just want to do better. And like, it's not like when you play a place where you're like, oh, this is
It's
gonna be shit.
relaxing.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't really get like nervous getting on stage anymore, but sometimes I'll be nervous when like it's like that weird tense like the bar staff doesn't really like fuck
Yeah.
with you, and like you're just
Yes.
kind of like at you're like hanging out in the bar, but like you're very much like everybody's kind of keeping their distance. You're just kind of like I don't like that, but like here we know everybody. Like,
Yeah,
you come
the
in with
homies.
dapping everybody off,
So it's
giving
kind
hugs.
of a pissing contest, You got people that work there and they're like, "Oh, here's another band. I'm sure they think they're the shit." And then here you are, like, "Wow, these bartenders are Why are they also stuck up like they think they're the shit? Like,
God.
so it's just like everybody be cool.
Well,
That's it.
at the end of the day, we play for the bar staff.
Oh, totally.
Because that place could be empty, but that bar staff's still got to be there.
And they're the ones that are going to say, "Hey, these guys were great," or
Yeah.
"These guys, are dragging ass," or
Yeah.
People,
The staff are the ones that say, "We get texts, hey,
Yep.
this is great."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
That was the Fennec.
What's
that was
going
the whole
on,
reason.
Will?
The man.
Willie B!
What's up, brother? How you doing,
Am I
man?
calling you? Well, answer it.
Hey,
podcast time.
well, that's
ladies and
perfect because I'm
gentlemen,
gonna slip
live from
out.
Summer
But
Jam.
Yes, no.
I want to celebrate. Y'all go support these bands. These guys are awesome. And,
Cool.
and
Yeah, how long have we been casting?
got
for?
a minute?
I feel
the
like we've
music
been
industry is shit unless
Dude,
y'all go
take-
follow and support
I feel
everybody.
like we've been going for a
So on that
minute.
note, here's the real man.
Right.